It's amazing to have my debut exhibition here in New York, just because New York is the art capital of the world, and it's so condensed. There's so many people that are interested in art and pay attention to art. It's one of the most sophisticated cities in the world. I think this exhibition will give people a chance to see my work in a gallery environment, which they haven't ever before. So I've had so many emails from people so excited to see the work inside and see all of the work together, because usually it's spread out. When you're doing a piece on canvas inside, it really gives you the luxury of time to refine the piece. I paste newspaper on canvas that has to do with the economy and what's going on today. It's almost sealing history into the art, because everything that's going on in the news right now is negative. So I'm trying to put a positive twist on it, and it's provocative putting the Monopoly Man on it as well, because for me, he's an image of capitalism and immoral investors such as Bernie Madoff, that I originally was just using him as a symbol for the economy, and then it kind of just drifted into me being the Monopoly Man. So that's when paintings like the Monopoly guy playing DJ or playing the piano kind of came into effect, because that's more of me being the Monopoly Man. My immediate painting I wanted to paint huge was Jack Nicholson, just because living in LA, he's such a legend, and his flamboyance. I thought of, New York's equivalent to Jack Nicholson, and I painted Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver. When I first got to New York, I really just was focusing on my canvas work. I was staying inside and working inside, and as a street artist, you really can't help yourself. So I don't want to say too much about what I've done, but it definitely provoked the New York Police Department, because there's specific detective units that specialize in anti-graffiti. These guys are just driving around all day long looking for different tags and trying to identify the people. So my work is extremely identifiable. I've had close calls where they've come looking for me and I've not been there, or I've actually been hiding. I hid behind one of my canvases in my studio as they were pounding on the door. That was unfortunate, but you have to keep working, and I've been sneaking in and out of my studio. They don't like to see a street artist having a huge exhibition in Chelsea. They want to come into your exhibition and arrest you and shut it down. That's what they want to do. But I'm not going to let them do that. Because in graffiti, I've heard a lot of horror stories about how police officers, they won't even arrest you. They'll just break your finger while you're trying to spray paint, or they'll empty a whole spray can in your mouth. There's just so many horror stories. Yeah, some graffiti is destructive, but I feel I'm bringing art to the streets and art into people's lives. So I feel what I'm doing is more positive than negative. So I painted this one painting of the Monopoly guy being held back by a police officer, and it's kind of symbolizing what's going on in my life right now. So there's another Monopoly guy, and that's kind of like my fellow artists. He's holding him back. I have a team behind me. I have a lot of close people who work with me. It's crazy to think that you could go from being an unknown artist, and if you express yourself and put yourself out there for people to judge and for people to see your work in the streets, it can really lead to positive things.